Hello, welcome back to Rada. My name is Beast, and I again started the recording 2 hours late because I got caught up in something. Caught up in something, I mean, I got distracted by manga. Also, actually, started reading something again. Namely, the one I wanted, first off, Karatebaka Isekai. The fucking dude is like, gets run over by a truck, not because Truck-kun strikes again. Nah, because like a woman is about to get hit by a truck and he just locks up like, ah yes, I can test my karate against this truck. Ugh! And tries to punch the truck and dies. And he's like in like the typical God space thing. And he's like, well, and since we are incarnating you in that other world, we are going to give you a cheat skill, as we do with all of them. And he just sits there like, nah, fuck that. I don't need a cheat skill. I'm just gonna punch shit. And it's weirdly effective for some reason. Which is funny. And as for the other one that I do actually recommend, just because I personally am having a blast with it. I got caught up in the hero summons, but the other world was at peace. The dude isn't like even typical OP and like isekai protagonist. It's literally just like his power is he has immaculate vibes. He just has immaculate vibes. And just like one day he shows up in the residence where he's staying, just walks up to the fucking Princess of the Kingdom that is basically being his host. Just goes to like, oh, by the way, this here is the Underworld King. She seems weirdly interested in me, and we are friends now. Also, the God of Creation seems to have taken a weird liking to me as well and has blessed me. So that's kind of weird. Also, there's the Death King over there. She fucking... I shook her hand, and her first reaction to that was to propose. So that's kind of weird. And the fucking princess is just slowly but surely... like, probably gonna suffer a cardiac arrest caused by stress, because this motherfucker just keeps pulling shit like, yes, I found a lovely, adorable behemoth, and it is, can I keep it? By the way, I appear to have accidentally picked up the Goddess of Fate while out on a stroll. Very sorry about that. Don't worry. I'll of course look after them. It's completely fine. Don't worry about it. Also, there's like this the massive black bear that tried to maul me while we were at a festival. Now wants to be my guard. So he's just gonna do his thing. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And it's just so fucking hilarious, because this man is literally just like, yes, I have immaculate vibes. And it is so fucking funny to me. Especially since they're like just, the Goddess of Time saw him, noticed something off about him, aka the fact that he was hanging out with the Underworld King. And looked over at Lilia, the princess, like, you're his host. Come in on this and this day at this and this time. We're gonna need a talk. And so they fucking go there. And they're like talking about all this stuff while he just sits there sipping tea, no idea what's going on. Just having a mental conversation with the God of Creation. And he's like, oh, by the way, you should go to this place for a harvest festival. It's quite lovely. What place? Why are there images in my head? What the fuck are you doing? Oh yeah, I can project images in your head. Can be quite helpful. I can also project images of the arousing kind. He just gets up. Not the time for that! So I quite enjoyed that manga. It was quite hilarious. I was screaming hysterically in the middle of the night. And already I've wasted 4 minutes, almost 5. Anyways. During lunch, I always shut up, but was still on rocky terms with Akari. Then on the way home...
ねえ、葵ちゃんの好きなものって何？
What? That's a little blue.
葵ちゃんとはなんだか気まずいから、これから仲直りしていきたいの。
Oh, I'm sorry, Melis. This is causing you all sorts of problems, isn't she?
葵ちゃんの気持ちわかるから。
Huh?
前に言ったじゃない？私、ケイスケみたいなお兄ちゃんなら欲しいって。
Yeah.
ちょっと一緒にいただけの私でもそう思ってたのよ。ならずっと一緒にいた葵ちゃんはもっとずっとケイスケが好きだと思う。
Brother complex is at a somewhat concerning level. I know how much she adores me. She had kissed me yesterday and all.
私そんなお兄ちゃんを取っちゃったのよ。メギツネとか言われてもしょうがないわよね。
I'm sorry, my sister's seriously out of line.
だからそれはいいの。でも葵ちゃんの気持ちはわかるけど、私にとってもケイスケはとても大事な人。
Sound like a wife when you say that.
お嫁さんになっちゃったね。
Ah, God, you're seriously cute! That sweet voice prompted me to pull her into a tight embrace without a second thought. How could I love you with all my heart? That was Akari's usual luring scent, her soft touch and gentle texture of her hair. As she trembled like a small animal in my arms, Akari wrapped her own arms around my back and clung to me tightly. His gesture, everything about it was so lovely. If I were going to make anyone my wife, I couldn't consider anyone other than you. Would you be okay with that?
なる。ケイスケのお嫁さんになる。
Thank you. There are a lot of obstacles in our way, but let's be together, happy together.
幸せになる。
Ah, lovable Akari was so lovable. I'll protect this girl and we'll be happy together forever. To make that happen, we first had to settle the matter with Aoi, and then the issue with Maki somehow. By the way, Aoi's favorite food is blueberry. She also likes yogurt.
そっか。じゃあ今度ブルーベリータルトでも作ってみる。
Yeah, good luck. I'm rooting for you.
ありがとう、ケイスケ。
Next day, I spoke with Aoi and invited her out for a picnic. She seemed to be on the fence when she heard Akari would be going, but she eventually accepted my invitation. Then, by the time we finished eating through the sandwiches Akari had made...
はい、それでデザートはこれ。これってブルーベリータルト？うん、葵ちゃんが好きだって聞いたから作ってみたの。すごい、売り物みたい。
You would never pull off something like this, huh? For that matter, I've never actually seen you make
う
sweets.
るさいよ、もう。デリカシーのないお兄ちゃんは放っておいて、早速いただきまーす。
どう？
おいしい、おいしいよ、あかりさん。
よかった。
そっか、昨日からしてた甘い匂いはあかりさんの部屋からだったんだね。
ああ、うん。作るの初めてだったからいくつか試作してて。
そっか。
あのね、葵ちゃん。
何ですか？
そのケイスケを取っちゃってごめんね。葵ちゃんの気持ちはわかるつもり。一月くらいしか一緒にいなかった私でもケイスケをこんなに好きになっちゃったんだもの。ずっと一緒にいた葵ちゃんはもっともっと好きだろうって。でも私もケイスケが好きなの。かけがえのない人なの。だから私は逃げない。この気持ちを分かってもらった上で葵ちゃんと仲直りしたいなって。
姉ちゃんになるかもしれない人がそんなんじゃ先が思いやられますよ。悔しいですけど、実は私お兄ちゃんに振られちゃいましたから。だから私の代わりにあかりさんがお兄ちゃんを幸せにしてあげてください。あかりさんじゃなきゃ許しません。
葵ちゃん、
いろいろ大変だとは思うけれど負けないでね、二人とも。
ありがとう、葵ちゃん。
もうこれじゃどっちが妹かわからないじゃないですか。
だって
まったくほんと先が思いやられますね。
ごめんね。
Always shot her a kind smile and gently petted Akari's hair. True enough, it was hard to tell which of them was the big sister here.
でもあかりさんがまさかこんな泣き虫さんだったなんて。お姉ちゃんっていうより妹ができたみたいな感じ。
I think I know exactly what you mean.
圭介の意地悪。
あ、むくれちゃってなんかかわいい。よしよしよし。
The way Akari shivered in place as I petted her was so adorable. That evening I received a call from Aoi and was asked to meet
急
outside
に
the
呼
door.
び出してごめんね。電話じゃあれだと思って。
Yeah, so what did you need to talk about?
今日わかった。私はお兄ちゃんもあかりさんも大好き。だから二人に不幸になってほしくない。
See, you support us.
仕方ないよ。おじいちゃんとガチで殴り合っちゃうくらいあかりさんが好きみたいだしね。あの時のお兄ちゃんちょっとかっこよかったよ。
Oh, stop.
それにあかりさんもなんだか放っておけないし。
You're the same way.
なんかこう前にお兄ちゃんが言ってた通りの人だね。
Yep, gotta stay by her side or she's a bit unsteady.
それにすごい甘えん坊さんなところが可愛い。
For sure, when she gets used to it, she'll start bugging you for hugs, you know.
二人きりの時はそんなことしてるんだ。
More or less.
でもそれ私もせがまれてみたいな。きっと可愛いんだろうな。
That's what you need. You'll need to improve your relationship with her first.
そうだね。ならなおさら二人の力にならないとね。
Thank you. I smiled cheerfully at me, slowly brushed her hair, and she giggled bashfully.
ねえ、いつか私もお兄ちゃんみたいに愛してくれる人できるかな。
It looks as beautiful as yours, I'm sure you will. I may be biased, but you are cute.
そっかそっか。
Well, you should probably improve your cooking a little if you're serious, though.
そこでその話になりますか。
Yeah, your dishes taste great, but the presentation needs some work. If you do, it'll improve your chances. As the saying goes, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
そうやってお兄ちゃんはあかりさんにゲットされちゃったんだね。
Can't deny it.
そっか。お兄ちゃんがそう言うならそうなんだろうね。わかった。今度あかりさんに教えてもらおうかな。将来のお姉ちゃんに。
Yeah, you should. Sounds great. That's how it should be. Marks the first step towards forward toward happiness. Now that the Fegura had been resolved, Akari was was now able to take on more shifts at work. Stopped into the tea kettle on a regular basis, which was why Aoi was with me here today.
はい。甘酒2つ、お待ちどうさま。
Oh, thank you.
ありがとう。にしてもいいなあ、その服かわいいですよね。ちょっと着てみたいな。
そう？実はちょっとだけ恥ずかしかったりするんだけど、スカート短いしスースーして落ち着かないのよね。
When I asked you about it before, you seemed like practically everything about it. You seemed to like practically everything about it, though.
嫌いじゃないわよ。
ちょっとくらい恥ずかしくても女の子は可愛い服に憧れちゃうものですよ。うん、やっぱりよく似合ってますよ、あかりさん。
ありがとう。
にしてもこれクーちゃんがデザインしたんですよね。すごいなあ。ちょっと触ってみてもいいですか？
いいわよ。
どれどれ？いい布使ってるな。裏地もちゃんとしてるし。
Baku's consent, Aoi gently pinched the hem of Akari's skirt between her fingers. Oh, got a glimpse of Akari's toned thighs and black stockings. Got a sneak peek.
ちょっと葵ちゃん。
ごめんなさい。ついうっかりしちゃって。
ケイスケも「おう」じゃないでしょ。
I'm sorry, I guess I was too busy pitching a tent.
下品すぎ。
Ow!
今のはさすがに私もフォローできないわ。こんな兄ですけどよろしくお願いしますね、あかりさん。
大丈夫よ。きっと私が真人間にしてみせるから。
They were speaking pretty poorly of me. But then that comment about me pitching a tent was the honest
葵、
truth.
いいのか？先輩は葵の恋敵ではなかったのか？
But I asked that she pass by her tail with a tray in hand.
そうだったけど二人のことを認めることにしたの。将来のお姉ちゃんとは仲良くしたいしね。
そういうものか。まあいいことだ。これで私も嫉妬に狂った葵の相手をせずに済むしな。
そんな人を般若みたいに言わないでよ。
Kuda seemed to have mellowed out since the Fekuda incident. Yep, good. But yeah, you know.
お待たせしました。
Once they had caught my attention, I couldn't help but gawk.
ご注文を繰り返させていただきます。茶釜まんじゅうとほうじ茶のセット。
Suppose I should admit I could get those glorious stocking legs out of my mind.
お兄ちゃん、どこ見てるの？
Akari?
それは分かってる。あかりさんのどこ見てるの？
I guess mainly her legs and butt.
だってさ、あかりさん。
Huh?
なんかさっきから妙にエッチな視線が飛んでくるなって思ったらケイスケだったのね。
Ow!
もう気になるんだからやめてよ。
The hell? Other customers stare at you all the
ケ
time.
イスケのはひときわねちっこくてやらしいの。
Youch!
今度変な目で見てきたら追い出すからね。
But I was curious after getting a nice sneak peek at those pretty thighs of yours earlier.
そんな子供っぽくおねだりしてもダメ。
Aw.
おしぼりで目隠しでもしとこうか？ついでに猿ぐつわと縄も。
How much more does Aoi need to insult me before she's satisfied?
別にそこまでしなくてもいいけど。そろそろメニュー替えの準備しなくちゃ。クレハも今日はこれで上がりだったわね。もうそんな時間か。
じゃあクーちゃん一緒に帰ろう。ご飯一緒に食べようよ。
まあいい。食ってやろう。
お兄ちゃんはあかりさんを待つよね。
Yeah.
くれぐれも自重してよね。私テレビの前でいつかやるんじゃないかと思ってました。とか言うの嫌だからね。
Why do I have to become a tabloid fodder? Also, you should at least say I never thought he would do something like this. With that, Owen could have left the shop looking quite pleased with themselves. The shop switched over to its dinner time setting, and calm background music began to play. Actually rather like the tea kettle at these hours.
いらっしゃいませ。お二人様ですね。こちらの席でよろしいですか？
Akira was working and looking as busy as ever. I was left with absolutely nothing to do while I waited and could only kill time by screwing around on my phone, but...
はい。本日のおすすめは、タイのバルサミコソテー。
On second thought, those black stockings were sexy. My eyes were glued to those captivating black tights of hers. That was a form of clothing, so why was it sexy to bare legs? But again, I guess other girls on staff were wearing black stockings too.
2人前ですね。はい。失礼しました。しばらくお待ちください。
Something tells me the whole sensing presences training is now starting to backfire a little bit. He was toned, nice, firm, in all the right places. Knowing I was lucky enough to touch and rub her all over, as well as see those lewd reactions of her firsthand, made me stare at her all the more. Gulp. Yep, Akari's gorgeous legs were definitely the best. Man, this was getting dicey. That incident with her spats the other day may have opened my eyes to a whole new fetish. Ah, crap, here she comes. Oh, stop! Not the ear! But I can't help it! I whined aloud at Akari's scolding, but... Oh, this reaction. Word's cheeks kind of red. Weird move.
目でケイスケに触られてる感じするんだもん。
With that remark, Akari squeezed and twisted her thighs together. The skirt waved about, and the way her butt jutted out was, to be perfectly frank, sexy. You've put me in a weird mood too.
変ってどんな？
Like I want to feel you up some more with my eyes.
バカ！ダメだからね。仕事中はダメだからね。おとなしくしててよもう。
Come on! Telling me that won't make it any easier to stop. Heck, hearing that only made me want to look more!
お待たせしました。タイのバルサミコソテーです。はい。お冷やを2つですね。かしこまりました。はい。お会計合わせまして、ちょうど5000円となります。
Someone needs to bonk him on the head for horny crimes. Oh, she was so damn sexy! I was trying my damnedest to hold back. Really, I was. But when I frankly took my eyes off her, that just seemed to make her feel my gaze more. I frantically took my eyes off her. By the way, those eyes were practically begging me to look at her. Hell, I even watched over her during training. Yeah, there was no way to hold back anymore. Shot her a look that all but savored every inch of her body. Her thighs squirmed and she trembled under my gaze. It was honestly irresistible. And as I did so, time passed in a blink of an eye. Madge had a neighborhood association meeting to attend, so she asked Akari to close up the shop on her own. Her co-worker handed me a broom and went home, likely out of consideration for us. It was fairly common for me to help Akari with her duties once the shop closed, but the mood was a bit different from usual today.
じゃあ、いつも通り掃除から始めよっか。
Yeah. Akari's voice sounded incredibly passionate for some reason. She was even fidgeting and clamping her thighs together while sweeping the floor too. Now she was wiggling her hips. God, I couldn't take it anymore. Akari! I threw the broom aside and assailed her from behind. Yep, they fucking... See after the H scene. We're back. Actually, accidentally skipped a little bit into this scene. So I had to like go back and reskip everything. And this time I made sure to stop a little early with the skippings, so as to be careful to not skip it. And then I fucking saw this line. Like, what the fuck, Keisuke? Now, Akari, please go ahead and continue.
ケイスケなしじゃ生きていけないよ。あんなすごいことを教えられちゃったら。
Akari?
でも、もうダメなんだから。仕事中にあんな目でお尻とか太もも見ちゃダメよ。
Yeah, I'm sorry.
ダメだからね。本当にダメだからね。
I'm sorry, I really did go a little overboard today.
ケイスケ。
Akari, I love you. I love you more than anyone else in the world. A few days passed after that. It was the day of Akari's next shift. Considering what happened the last time, it was great and all that I restrained myself, but...
ねえ、ケイスケ。
No sooner did Akari come up to me with blushing cheeks. Surprisingly enough, she slowly plucked her pleated shirt up an angle in which nobody else could see. What?
見て。
Hey? It was too soon to be surprised just yet. Her panties, which should have been underneath those black stockings, were missing. You're not wearing underwear.
どうしよう。癖になっちゃったみたい。ケイスケのせいだからね。
The instant I saw those passionate glistening eyes, I got out with enough force that there was nearly the sound of something whacking against the table. Like, this man just sitting at the table looking over at Akari, sees it, just... the... Akari?
どうしよう。私、変態さんになっちゃったよ。
Later that night. They added again, so let me just mute the game. In the confines of the empty cafe, it went without saying that we indulged in our doggy deeds time and time again, apparently. What the fuck? Get your fucking... Control yourself, my man. Actually, I don't trust it. Once night fell, Akari snuck into my room and made me dinner. Then we began to drinking, and Akari, warm from the booze, cuddled up to me. You're such a cutie, Akari. We had this whole she's like a kitten for my eyes only type of sensation. Nah, the way she fawned over me with her entire body was less like a kitten, more like a puppy. Yep, she was cute, so either way worked for me. But as I squeezed her tightly, I had a sudden thought. The matter of the Fegura had come to its grand finale, and I had also accepted my relationship with Akari. There was one more huge problem remaining, though. Yes, the relationship between Akari and Maki. In reality, had Akari actually wanted to direct his clinginess at Maki instead. I started to feel that way lately.
ケイスケ、何考えてるの？なんか難しい顔してた。
Looks like it showed on my face. But again, Akari had settled down quite a bit. Maybe this was a good time to bring up Maki. But I would need some way to force Akari and Maki to meet. Yeah, did you report the incident with the fake Ura to the head family?
金谷玉彦先生が報告してくれたみたい。クレハが持ってた古文書も提出されたそうよ。
Wouldn't that mean you'll be honored for your great deeds?
うん。そうなってるみたい。
Yeah, this might be the perfect opportunity.
何考えてるのケイスケ？
Listen, if that's true, then why don't you go and see your mom for once? It would be better if the report came from your own mouth rather than than as a matter of hearsay. Well, I suffered a reaction before. Better try pushing her a little further. If you're uneasy, I'll go with you. We were only able to catch Fegura because you picked up that manuscript. I'm sure your mom will praise you for your service.
そうだといいんだけど。
After a few moments of fretting...
そうね。実は一度行かなきゃって思ってたの。このまま顔を出さないと逃げ回ってるみたいで嫌だし。
Ah, good girl. I hugged her close and petted her hair.
ケイスケ。
It'll be alright. I'll be there for you.
ケイスケがいれば頑張れる。
The next day, we went to Kibitsumiya Estate to give our report.
あかり様ではありませんか。
久しぶりね。元気にしてた？
ええ、それはもう。それより、やっとお戻りになる決心をなされたのですか。
冗談じゃないわ。今日は事件の報告をしに来ただけよ。
そうですか。いえ、ですがそれでもお戻りになられる決心をなされたことを大変嬉しく思います。
ありがとう。じゃあ行きましょうか。
Yeah. And attempted to follow Akari through the
お
gate.
待ちください。
Whoa. Gatekeeper held a baton over her head and detained me.
ちょっと。これはどういうこと？
いくらお嬢様のお連れの方とはいえ、三賢人様の許しもなしに屋敷に入れるわけには参りません。
あなたが仕えているのはどこの家？
はあ、秘密宮家であります。
その吉備宮家次期当主、吉備宮あかりがいいって言ってるのよ。彼を通しなさい。
しかし。
聞こえなかったのかしら？もう一度だけ言うわ。彼を通しなさい。
かしこまりました。
Gatekeeper reluctantly nodded, shot me a harsh glare, and lifted the baton. Wow, Akari was awfully striking. She's been so clingy lately that I forgot how gallant she could be. After giving it some thought, this dignified Akari was probably just some sort of front. Akari, who are the three sages?
吉備宮家のアドバイザーみたいなものよ。私も直接会ったことはないんだけどね。
I sure throw their weight around an awful lot considering.
年寄りなんてどこもそんなものでしょ。老害よ、老害。
Akari replied in a somber tone and grew silent. Seemed like she really hated anyone associated with the Kibitsumiya family.
着いたわよ。一応身だしなみは整えて。
Akari stopped in front of a massive white door. I could tell with one look at its elaborate design that the place that followed was important. Task here is...
吉備宮家の現当主。私のお母さんがいるわ。はい。あかりです。入ります。
Beyond the door, as it whooshed open, a familiar woman there sat upright on her seat and quietly gazed at us.
あかり。久しぶりね、お母さん。それに。いえ、そちらの方は。
Pretending not to know me, huh? I guess she posed that question to play along and act like I was a stranger. Hello, I'm Ura Bekesuke. I'm currently dating your daughter.
そうですか。娘がお世話になっています。
Maki said in reply with an accepting, calm expression. Was she happy to hear I was dating Akari, or was it simply part of her plan? It was too soon to tell.
それで、今日訪れたのは、偽裏騒動の報告ということでしたね。
Maki's expression went firm once more as she turned to face Akari.
内容はこのファイルに書いてある通りです。ご確認ください。
Akari set the files out onto the table and Maki quietly took them. Then she gave off a tiny sigh without looking inside.
確かに受け取りました。では、私はこれで。あなたも早く帰りなさい。
Is that really it? mean, Maki was the head of the Kibutsumiya, so I understood why she would act so resolute and was likely busy with her other responsibilities. However, after that talk about how much she loved her daughter, this was a little hard to swallow. Maki, I think it would be best, in our best interest to speak for a little while longer.
要件は済みました。お引き取りください。お引き取りください。引きましょう。私ももうここに用はないわ。早く行きなさい。そんなに繰り返さなくても聞こえてるわよ。ケイスケ、行きましょ
う。お話中申し訳ございません。三賢人様がお嬢様とお会いになられたいそう
です。She's affected by some kind of mystic treasure that makes her say the opposite of what she means. When it comes to her relationship with Akari. Like, we're done here, please leave. Alright, but why don't go go ahead and sit down. Again, why don't you go ahead and sit down? And she seemed almost like panicky before saying get out already, even though they were already on the way out. So clearly it was more supposed to be like, no, please stay here or something.
下がりなさい。今は大事な話の途中です。
Either that, or she is actively trying to keep you away from the three sages.
失礼いたしました。ですが、先ほどの件。
三賢人が私に何の用かしら。あかり、今すぐ帰りなさい。え、でも今、いいから帰りなさい。あなたはここにいない方がいいの。あなたのような半人前を三賢人と合わせるわけにはいかないと言っているのです。さあ、帰りなさい。何よそれ。いいわよ。頼まれたって誰が会ってやるもんですか。行くわよ、ケイスケ。こんなところ二度と来るもんですか。
But hey, Akari! They quickly chased after Akari. She loudly stomped off. At the last moment, I turned to face Maki. Am I sure you're okay with leaving things this way? Maki?
いいから、行きなさい。
Maki's voice quivered, her eyes tinged with sorrow. It almost looked like she was pleading to me in some way.
やっぱり来るんじゃなかった。私がどんな気持ちでここまで来たと思ってるのよ。
But Maki was acting strange.
あの人はいつもああだったわよ。
You're not wrong, she was cruel to you until the very end, but it looked like she had a reason for pushing you out so fast.
まあ、言われてみればそうかもしれないけど。
Yeah, so throughout the earlier thinking of mystic treasure that makes her say the opposite or some bullshit like that, she very much wants to prevent with all her might that the three sages ever interact with her. Like, with an almost like panic desperation.
やっぱりそんなことない。あの人は私が嫌いなだけよ。私が何をやったところで認めないような人だもの。
Akari, this didn't sit quite right with me. Maki was hiding something. She refused to let Akari meet the three sages. That's how it felt to me.
もうちょっと何かあるかなってちょっと期待したんだけどね。ほんと全然変わらない。飴も与えず無知ばっかりじゃ逃げ出したくもなるわよ。
Akari.
昔はあんな人じゃなかった。こんなに冷たい人じゃなかったのに。私はあの人にとってどんな存在なんだろう。
You did her best but received no recognition. Yes, that's how it was. You can understand, if that's how it was, I could understand why Akari hated Maki. But I knew deep down that Maki loved Akari deeply. The key to unraveling this inconsistency must lay somewhere. I didn't have enough information yet.
いいもん。私にはケイスケがいるもん。
Akari said that childishly and nuzzled her cheek against my shoulder. I kept quiet and patted her back.
気持ちいい。ねえ、今度は二人でウラを捕まえましょう。
That's pretty out of the
だ
blue.
ってそうすればきっと。
Akari.
なんでもない。忘れて。
And if the Ura was a thorn in Kibutsumiya's sides, capturing him would be an outstanding achievement. If she pulled it off, Maki would be forced to acknowledge Akari. Yeah, probably something like that. But Akari still had lingering attachments to Maki after.
ウラは犯行を行うとき、必ず予告状を出してくるわ。それがいつになるかわからない。だからそれまでは何もしない。何もできない。それまでは、ケイスケと一緒にずっとくっついていられる。
Yeah.
ごめん。今ね、ウラなんか現れなきゃいいのにって思っちゃった。これじゃ、キビツミヤの人間として失格だよね。こんなんじゃ、お母さんも、私を見かけるよね。
Akari hung her head and I gave her a tight hug.
お願い。もっとキューってして。
We were all over one another in the middle of the streets, but she didn't seem the least bit upset. In fact, she clung to me even tighter and spoke sweet nothings to me. Could it be? I went about saying that her conversation with Maki had been a major shock. Sorry, Akari, may have been too soon to force you to meet Maki. At night, I stared up at the ceiling and tried to organize my thoughts. To be perfectly honest, I thought things would work out somehow if I could only get Akari and Maki to meet. Maki loved Akari. I believed that to be true. However, the situation was far more grave than I imagined. There had to be some complicated circumstances causing Maki to act the way she did. What could I do to figure out what those circumstances were? Akari would never tell me even if I asked. Actually, it seemed more like Akari had no clue what was going on either. Which would mean my only choice was to talk to Maki about it directly. I didn't know her reasons, but I suspected she adopted that stern attitude because Akari was with me. How would things work out then if I were to speak to her after changing our conditions? When I met Maki in town, she had been sneaking around to try and meet with Akari. What if I created a moment for them? Yeah, it's worth a try. To take that first step, I would need the help of one person who likely knew Maki's contact information. It also had enough influence of her own. I immediately grabbed my phone and gave Kana a call. Next day, I went to visit the Kibutsumiya estate once again. Just like yesterday, after stating my business keeper made no attempt to stop me, and I was allowed to enter the estate. I was grateful to Kana for pulling some strings to make this happen.
お待たせしました。
Although I kept waiting a short while inside, Maki politely bowed her head, appeared before me. Though with a bit of a stagger, she kept her head held high and took a seat in her chair. I'm sorry to ask for such a huge favor without warning. There's something I absolutely had to discuss with you.
いえ、私もまたケイスケ君に会いたいと思っていました。昨日は知らないふりなどしてしまってごめんなさい。
Not at all. It's not like I'm completely unaware of your circumstances. I can infer that much.
ありがとうございます。
Having said that, Maki directed a soft smile, so she would never show Akari my
それ
way.
にしてもあかりが男性と共に戻ってきたと聞いて驚いてしまいました。ですが、あなたの顔を見て安心しました。あの子と本当に付き合っているのですよね。
Yes, I'm crazy
よ
about
か
it.
った。ケイスケ君にならあの子を預けても安心できます。ちょっと気難しいところがある子ですが、とてもいい子です。あの子のことよろしくお願いします。
Maki replied with a firm bow of her head. This was without a doubt a parent giving me their blessing. Oops, this was no time to drop my guard. I was sure Maki was busy, so I decided to get straight to the point. I'm sure you're short on time, so I'll make this quick. Why do you act so coldly to Akari?
吉備宮当主として母として必要だからそうしています。
But aren't you overdoing it a little?
どういう意味ですか？
When I asked Akari about it, she said you have been cold to her for some time now, and you would never praise her, no matter how hard she tried. Is that truly how you wanted to treat her? Isn't there some underlying reason?
必要だからそうしましたと申し上げたはずです。
But I'm sure that isn't how you genuinely feel. In reality, you want to hug Akari and compliment her, am I wrong? I complimented Maki's body check. assumed as much. She didn't want to treat her so coldly after all. It was too soon to lose focus, but my hope that it was true came as a small relief. This is what I believe. The Maki I spoke to in town, who had such a gentle look on her face, was the real Maki. A lovely woman who has a beautiful yet soft smile, can easily fly off the handle, but be so very kind, was the real Maki. Can't possibly imagine that the Maki who is so cold to Akari is doing anything other than force it. Please tell me why. I'll do absolutely anything if I can help you. I want you and Akari to get along. You two are the only family you have in the entire world. Remember what you told me? There is no mother alive who doesn't love her daughter. I believed in every word you said.
圭介くん、ありがとうございます。私、圭介くんのそういうまっすぐなところ、好きですよ。
あ、
きっと、そういうところにあかりは惹かれたんですね。主人もそういう人でしたし。
He was. I more or less realized that Akari saw some of her old man in me. She definitely seemed like a daddy's girl, no matter what acted as the catalyst, and no matter who I resemble, I love her. That's why I want to stand by her, and those feelings will never change.
そうですか。本当、圭介くんは強い人ですね。私もそんな風に生きてみたかった。
Maki cast her eyes downward and clenched her fists that rested on her lap.
私だって本当はあかりに優しくしたかったんです。一緒にお洋服を見に行ったり、台所に立ってお料理を教えたりしたかった。可愛い我が子だもの。思い切りギュッて抱きしめてあげたい。でもそれは無理なんです。できないんです。
Maki shouted out between weeps without wiping away her falling tears. Please tell me a reason. I'll do anything that's within my power. It's not just Akari. I'll be there for you too, Mom.
圭介くん。
Falling silent for a brief moment, she let out a heavy sigh and nodded.
そうですね。私、もう疲れました。愉快な話ではありませんが。
Like so, Maki slowly began to tell her story about feelings she'd kept hidden inside for her beloved daughter.
10年前、私の夫であった吉備宮守が土蜘との戦いで命を落とし、吉備宮はすぐにでも次の当主を立てなくてはなりませんでした。
Let me guess, she was the one that married into the family, so at the start they immediately wanted to make Akari the head.
吉備宮は世襲制で、先祖である吉備彦の血を受け継ぐ者しか後を継ぐことはできません。そこで三賢人は当然のように幼かったあかりを当主に立てようとしました。ですが私はそれに反対でした。当主となれば生活の自由はなくなります。屋敷に監禁され、当主としての厳格な教育を受けさせられることになります。学校にだって通えません。恋をすることもなく、用意された相手と結婚させられ、三賢人の敷いたレールの上を歩まされる人生を送る。私はあかりにそんな生活を送らせたくなかった。普通の学生として友達を作って恋をして、そんな生活から生まれる人を愛する気持ちを養ってほしかった。それは守さんの願いでもあったから。
Akari's father.
はい。人の心をないがしろにする三賢人のやり方では、いつか吉備宮はダメになる。変わらなければ俺が変える。よくそう語っていました。ですが、その願いを叶える前に、彼は言ってしまいました。ですから、せめて私にできる範囲で彼の願いを叶えたかった。そこで私は、当主代行を買って出ました。三賢人も、あかりが成長するまでという条件付きで、それを認めました。そこまでは良かったのですが、代行の仕事は思っていたよりも大変で、本当に寝る間もないほどでした。 それと私、どうも人に命令するということになれなくて、それですごいプレッシャーを感じてしまいまして、お恥ずかしい話です。
That sounds just like you. Ain't you? Like it wasn't in her nature to order people around. Sad to say, supporting others and cheering them on from behind the scenes suited her best. I bet she must have pushed herself pretty hard to behave like a proper acting head of the family.
昼の間に疲れ果ててしまい、仕事を終えて自室に戻る頃には、あかりの話を聞いてあげる体力が残っていませんでした。それでも、最初の頃はそれなりにうまくいっていたんです。あかりの誕生日や守さんの命日には、必ず一緒にいるようにして、ですが、三賢人はあかりの教育方針にまで口を出してきました。もっと厳しくしろ。簡単に褒めるな。吉備津宮の当主なのだから、それくらいできて当然だからと。あの子は人並み以上に努力していたはずなのに、頑張ったね、偉いねって抱きしめてあげたかったのに、それすらも許されなくなって。
Additionally, Maki had always regretted not going to visit her husband's grave. When she heard Akari would be leaving home, she broke down crying in her room. But then she realized it would get Akari away from the three sages. But then when she realized it would get Akari away from the three sages, she persuaded them to allow her to live on her own. She had been watching over Akari's livelihood from the shadow to this day without Akari's knowledge. Bit by bit, she told the entire story. Okay, are these three sages really so remarkable?
はい。吉備津宮当主といえど、この島にいる限り、彼らに逆らって生きるのはかなり難しいのです。
Since I recently moved here, it's hard for me to wrap my head
それ
around.
が当たり前だと思います。私がもっと強い母であったら、三賢人ともっとうまく渡り合えていれば、あかりに辛い思いをさせずに済んだと思います。本当、私はダメな母親ですね。
Maki asked with a sad smile. Smiling sadly truly was all Maki ever did. I think you're fine, Mother. May have your disagreements, but you have lived strong this entire time for Akari's sake. It seemed the cold attitude you've taken for Akari is to keep her from worrying. Because you wanted to show her how magnificent a head of family you could be. Isn't it because you wanted to tell her without words, I'm alright, so go live your best life?
それは。
Akari may not acknowledge it, and you may not either, but that's how it appears to me. That's what I believe. Even now you have such a beautiful look on your face when you talk about your daughter. Not a horrible mother, especially when you talk about your daughter looking the way you do. Truly are a fine, kind, and lovely mother. Akari may be stubborn in some ways, but she isn't senseless. But to tell her everything you just said, you'll be able to get along with her like you did in the old days. Sell everything for once. Need an opportunity, I'll make one for you.
健介、ありがとう。本当に嬉しいです。
It was then that Maki quietly reached out with tears pooling in her eyes. Maki! All of a sudden she collapsed in place, rushed over and tilted her up in my arms. Maki, are you alright? I'll call for help right away.
待って。
Thought I told you the next time this happened I was gonna call an ambulance. When Maki saw how frantic I was, she sadly shook her head. It's already too late. I saw a determined look at the chill went up my spine. No, we have to get you to a doctor. I spoke. Maki softly put a finger on my lips. She gently shook her head with a sad
そ
smile.
れよりお願いがあるんです。
Telling you this isn't that time. This isn't the time for
こ
that.
の間のように明かりにしているみたいにギュッてしてくれますか。お願いです。少しだけ元気をください。
Should I do? What I should do is to have Maki checked out by a doctor. But she asked me with those harrowing ephemeral eyes. I fell silent and hugged Maki tightly, just like I would Akari.
暖かい。
Maki says the same thing when I do this for her.
そうですか。明かりが羨ましいです。こんなことを言ってしまった夫に怒られてしまいますね。いけませんね。母は強しと言いますが、やはりこれでは母親。
What are you talking about? You protect the doctor. Protect your daughter all on your own. You're a fine mother. You may have walked down the wrong path for a little bit, but you can still fix this. So please stop being so timid. Maybe Akari's mother, but I'll still get mad.
圭介。
Also, you're banned from looking at me that way. It's gonna put me in a strange mood.
今の少し嬉しかったです。
Unless she flashed me that same impish smile she'd shown me once
圭
before.
介君、2つお願いが。
Can't make any promises, but
あ
let's
り
hear
が
it.
とうございます。一つはあの子のことです。幸せにしてあげてください。
Okay.
圭介君になら任せられます。あとよろしくお願いします。
Oh, come on, keep telling you're banned from setting these weird flags.
ごめんなさい。それで最後のお願いは。
You're banned from calling anything final too. It won't accept anything other than a happy ending, alright?
何も言わずこのままもう少し抱きしめていてくれませんか。
Huh?
あの人が亡くなってから明かりが出て行ってしまってからずっと一人だったあの人に怒られてしまうかもしれませんが、少しだけぬくもりをください。
Couldn't exactly deny her now that she said that much. Put a bit more strength into my embrace.
暖かい男の人の匂い。
Akari had said the same, hadn't she? However, Maki's blissful smile was fleeting compared to Akari's. She clenched my shirt rather tightly too.
これをあの子に渡してくれませんか。
Afterward, when Maki had finally calmed back down, she handed me a paper bag with the peach cushion wrapped in a ribbon inside. Maki, you should give this to her
ご
yourself.
めんなさい。ですが
Want me to pretend it's a gift from me, don't you? I probably was with some mild
お
irritation.
願いできるのは圭介くんしかいなくて、
Can't make that promise.
よろしくお願いします。
Maki courteously bowed her head as I spoke to her through gritted teeth. It was unbelievably frustrating. I'll be back, but with Akari next time. Promise Akari will understand. Only we'll be able to go shopping together and teach her how to cook and everything in between.
はいはい。
Huge teardrops ran down her cheeks yet again.
今日はもうお引き取りを。私はもう大丈夫ですから。
Maki,
圭介くんが今日はいっぱい元気をくれましたから。
Nobody who was perfectly fine would ever smile so painfully. So I wanted to say it, but we couldn't keep talking out in the hallway like this forever. So I turned through it, I'll be back. Some reluctance I left Kibutsumiya estate. Akari, I have a present for you.
いきなりどうしたの？
Here, you like the sorts of things, don't you? One night, fella visited Akari's room and immediately gave her the paper bag. Her eyes went wide when she saw the huge peach cushion inside.
この桃のクッション、商店街のおもちゃ屋にあったやつよね。
Yeah?
これずっと欲しかったの。いつの間にかなくなってて悲しかったんだけど。ケンスケ、ありがとう。ほんとかわいい。
A smile leapt to Akari's face as she played around with the cushion like a puppy that had just been given a toy. She was so adorable I couldn't help but hesitate to share what was on my mind. It was also Maki's request to consider. Still, I believed I should tell her the truth. The truth is, Maki asked me to give that cushion to you. Maki's body twitched and her expression went stiff, just as I'd expected, as she slowly turned to stare
どう
at me.
いうこと？
I saw Maki today. As long as I'm mentioning this, I've actually met up with Maki a few
お
times.
母さんと？でもこの間は初めて会ったみたいに。
Maki pretended not to know me, so I played along.
ケイスケ、お母さんとどういう関係なの？
Be so defensive. It was a total coincidence that we've spoken a few times as a result. That's all. Maki was super worried about you.
そりゃ、こんな宝刀娘がいたら悩みもするでしょうね。
Don't talk like that. Maki loved you a lot.
そんなことあるはずない。
Well, listen. I was a little unsure of whether I should share everything Maki told me, but I did it anyway. All the conversations Maki and I had were now out in the open. How much Maki thought about Akari and about how much she was continuing to push her broken body to this day for Akari's sake.
信じられない。
Akari went silent for a brief moment.
でも、ケイスケが嘘をつくはずない。
It was hard to tell whether she had accepted it or not, but she did nod her head.
お母さん、本当に私のことを心配してた？
Yeah, she's a good mom.
だといいんだけどな。
She leaned against me as she spoke, softly set my head against and nuzzled up to her when... Uh-oh! Akari stopped rubbing her cheek against mine and sniffed at my chest. What is it?
ケイスケ、これもしかしてお母さんの香水？
Ah, how could you
だ
tell?
ってお母さん昔からこの香水だもん。あれ？ちょっと待って。でもどうしてケイスケからお母さんの匂いがするの？
Oh, I'm guessing it must be from when I hugged her.
抱きしめたってお母さんを？どうして？
She seems less than healthy. Every time I see her, she staggers around. Then the days she suddenly collapsed.
もうそれなら納得かな。ねえ、それならちょっとお願いがあるんだけど。
Akari clung to my chest and began nuzzling against me off and on. Is she fucking marking her territory like, ah yes, bad smell, go away. Well, they do with you, so what is it?
このままギューって抱きしめてくれない？
Oh, the usual, that's no problem. Gave Akari a tight hug around the shoulders, just as she wished for. Akari smiled childishly without a care in the world, and I gently brushed my fingers through her hair.
思った通り、今日はなんだかお母さんに抱っこしてもらってるみたい。
Akari. My god, it's perfume, huh?
お母さんの胸と違ってゴツゴツしてるけどね。
Akari's voice as she sat there smiling was kind of reminiscent, yet also somewhat tragic. That is a massive fucking pillow. How did he just like lug that around in like a paper bag? hugged the peach cushion casket it brought for me and stared out my window. Feikuda's incident had been settled and this had been in my report. There was no longer any need to return home for a while. I hadn't yet forgotten how harshly I'd been driven out the other day. It is something I had endured for a long time now. Such a long time now. Honestly, I had no desire to get anywhere near that household again. I was shaken to my core after hearing what Keisuke had to say. If his story was true, then I'd said some awful things to her. But I suffered too, you know.
お母さん。
Faint scent of perfume came off the kitchen. A present from Mom. How many years had it been? Gentle memory of the final act of kindness Mom had ever given me. Or memory I couldn't forget even if I tried. There were feelings I'd sealed away, believing it was better not to let myself be hurt anymore as the repetitive cycle of expectation betrayal repeated on a daily
お
basis.
母さん。
She had sent me such a lovely peach cushion. Remember the things I loved? She may have heard as such from Keisuke, but it did nothing to change the fact that she had thought about me, that she had sent something that brought me so much joy. Wondered. I'd expected far too much from my lonely mother. Someone told me I had wanted her to spend all of her time with me without ever giving much consideration for her circumstances. Despite everything, she was the mother that had raised me into who I am, who I was today.
あかり。お母さん。
I wanted to see her one more time. To have a real talk with her. See her again, sit down and talk things out. Think about what I would do the next time when that time came. Next morning, I made it as far as the front of the women's door when Akari came rushing up to me with a smile. Morning, Akari.
おはよう、ケイスケ。
Seeing her sunny smile made me feel cheerful as well. For now, the fact she was smiling at me after what happened yesterday came as an honest relief.
それで、昨日のことなんだけど、
Yeah?
あれからいろいろ考えてね。今日、お母さんに会いに行こうと思うの。
Really?
プレゼントのお礼言わないといけないし、電話じゃ伝わらないことも多いし、ケイスケの言う通りなら、一度お母さんとちゃんと話してみたい。今までのことを許せるかどうかはわからないけれど、お母さんの本当の気持ちが知りたい。
I see a fine decision. Give her head a gentle pet. Suddenly remembered that we were in public, but Akari didn't act especially bothered. In fact, she smiled, albeit a little uneasily. It's only if you're okay with it, but want me to go with you?
お願い。
Got it. Let's go together after school. Gave Akari's back a gentle pat and smiled to try and revitalize her. Although I hadn't really elaborated on Maki's condition, it was evident from my run-ins with her that it was anything but minor. As much as I believed it was due to fatigue, I couldn't shake this terrible feeling. So possible, I would like to make that clear to her today. Because I wanted Akari, both of them, to be happy.
はい、お弁当。
Oh, thank you. Wonder what's in it today.
開けてからのお楽しみ。お二人ともすっかり馴染んできましたね。
You think?
なんて言うんでしょう。恋人というより仲良し夫婦みたいになってきたような。恋はやがて愛に変わると言いますが、そういう時期なのかもしれませんね。確かにケイスケのことは愛してますけど、まだ一緒にいるとドキドキしますよ。
Oh, sure, my heart goes a million miles an hour whenever we're all mushed together.
ケイスケ。
Akari.
うわあ、蜂蜜の砂糖ワインみたいなセリフ聞いちゃったよ。虫歯になりそうだね。
でも仲良きことは美しきかなですよ。
その口ぶりだと葵くんはあかりのことを認めたのかい？
はい、 今では可愛い妹ができたなーって思ってますよ。
そこは姉じゃないのですか？
だってお姉ちゃんっていうより妹みたいな可愛さなんですよ。
それを言わないでってば。わかります。あかりちゃんってすっごく抱っこしがいがあるんですよね。
そうそう、わかります？
はい。またあかりちゃんを抱っこしたいです。
私も。
ちょっと二人とも何言ってるんですか？なら私もさせてもらおうかな。もうカナまで。
Kabukichi, if you ever try to hug her, I'll drown you in the ocean myself.
相変わらず僕の扱いひどいよね。
いるか鬼物宮。
お兄様？
Your mother collapsed!
鬼物宮、急を要するので要件だけ伝える。鬼物宮マキが倒れた。
Dominika's sudden notice caused Aki to drop her
とても危
chopsticks.
険な状態だ。すぐ家に戻れ。外に車を手配した。
Aki, pull it together, it's alright! Embraced Aki and gave her a gentle pat on the back. She clung to me as her body trembled ever so slightly.
ケイスケさんも一緒に行ってください。私たちも後から追いかけますから。
Yeah, I got it.
急げ、鬼物宮、恨め。
Damn it, just when Aki was finally going to face her family and Maki head on. It was supposed to be this way.
Akari, どうして戻ってきたのですか？だってお母さんが。早くここから逃げなさい。
Get out, what do you mean?
お嬢様、急で申し訳ありませんが、三賢人様がお待ちです。どうぞこちらに。
It was a ruse! Of course there was a ruse. People can't pass out here. This isn't, I don't know, Wagamama High Spec or Persona 4. Have you ever noticed how many people just randomly pass out in Persona 4? It is actually kind of hilarious. It's like every other fucking scene someone comes in here like, oh hey, ... passed out.
やめなさい。あかりは、お母さん。
I don't know who these three sages are, but what could be more important than a daughter nursing her old bedridden
お
mother?
前には関係のないことだ。黙っていろ。
Right back at you, dude who came here to talk to Maki, not to you or the three sages.
ケイスケの言う通りよ。私はお母さんに話があるの。下がりなさい。
その命令には従いません。すぐにお連れするよう厳命されております。
聞こえなかったの？私は吉備宮家次期当主よ。その命令が聞けないの？
お嬢様はまだ当主ではありません。厳密にはそのような権限はありません。
Maki, would you tell this tactless ninja to leave for us?
下がりなさい。命令ですよ。
申し訳ありません。マキ様の命令には従う必要はないと伺っております。
どういうこと？
マキ様は体調を崩され、すでに業務に耐えられる体ではありません。医師の診断上、今後の復帰は無理という診察結果が出まして、至急お嬢様に当主を引き継がせる必要があると。
やめて！約束が違う！私はまだ動けます！
申し訳ありません。三賢人様のご命令ですので。
Honestly, this was such a sudden development that my mind hadn't caught up, but my body moved autonomously at the sound of Maki's desperate shout. Aki, we're going outside! She was still confused, so I tugged her hand and pulled Aki to her feet. It'll be alright, I promise I'll work something out.
言って、あかり
Maki, be well!
お嬢様をどこへ連れて行く気だ。
Outside, of course, later! With that, I pulled Akari by the hand and broke into a full dash down the hallway.
そこの二人を止めろ。者ども、出会え出会え。
It was expected to keep Utsumiya's state security ninjas were incredible and immediately jumped into action. Due to the ninjas spreading out in all directions, our paths and venues of escape were rapidly being closed off. Sorry. Honest to God, I really just want Akari not to find out that he is Ura just from she was told somehow, but nah. I feel like the escape scene right here, I just really want her to pick up on the like sudden mannerisms that he's taking on, because this man is like in adrenaline, like go go go. He's moving automatically. He's probably not 100% thinking of what he's saying. So it is likely that he would speak in a manner he is used to in situations like that, aka while he is doing his activities as Phantom Thief Ura. So I think it would be really fun or really fucking cool if Akari actually like noticed that, like, wait, hold on, he's talking like suspiciously like Ura and he wasn't there for, and he suspiciously like split off from us and wasn't there when we caught the fake Ura either. What do you have here? They aren't being very hospitable towards us, are they? I go Akari's hand and glared down at the ninjas approaching us head on. Akari seemed to have regained her footing. She circled around behind me and drew a wooden sword and took a stance.
そこをどきなさい、あなたたち。痛い目に遭うわよ。
おやめください。怪我をさせたくありません。
それは私のセリフよ。今ちょっと気が立ってるの。手加減できないわよ。
I could feel the spirit emanating from Akari behind me. She was raring to go, wasn't she? Who knows, it was a crisis, but I was getting a little
ど
excited.
うする、ケイスケ。もう強引に進むしかなさそうだけど。
Sure does! Strategy's worthless to us now. If there's no path, we'll just have to make one
道が
ourselves.
ないなら作る。いい言葉ね。
We're pushing through to the entrance. You guys leave the rear to
わか
me.
ったわ。
来るのか。
ええ。だからどかないと痛い目に遭うって言ったでしょ。
Akari took aim at the confused ninja, swung her sword, and... Woo! 3 in the blink of an eye! That was my Akari, well done.
Yeah!
Oh, here comes a new guy. I fended off his encroaching fist with one hand and sent him flying into the hallway that was, with what was practically a roundhouse kick. He parried the second and third in the same manner. They parried the second and third in the same manner and stacked on top of their fallen comrades. The true identity might be real if I well on them for real, so I couldn't overdo it. In contrast to my restrained actions, I could hear Akari's vigorous cries behind me. I was of course worried about Maki, but when I thought about how this was Momotaro's only tag team, oh, it was so amusing I couldn't help but enjoy myself.
道が開いた。ケイスケ、今なら出られるわ。
逃がしませんぞ。
しつこい。
I reached the main entrance. The ninja squadron was blocking the main entrance. I might be able to get away with myself, but I couldn't leave Akari behind. What to do? This would mean using my Oni powers, but should I carry Akari and leap out the window? Just that thought sent an awful sweat reeling down my back.
あかりちゃん、ケイスケさん、こっちです。
Kana, you're a real true angel!
坂上の。えい、者ども、玉砕覚悟でかかれ。
おお、覚悟！
They got fucked up. The ninjas attempting to rush us took the brunt of Kana's swing and were sent flying, spinning around like bowling pins. No! Then the final ninja was caught in the crossfire of his launched colleagues and sent hurtling into a corner of the hallway. The path was cleared, much like Moses had once parted the sea. Kana knocked away the ninjas and forcibly cleared our way.
ごめんなさい。後で救護班を向かわせますから。
あかり、ケンスケ、こっち。
Yeah, let's go, Akari! Kana, who had defended us from the rear, Akari and I. The Kana, who had defended us from the rear, Akari and I hopped into the car and quickly closed the
お
door.
兄様、出してください。
わかった。
Put the pedal to the middle! Like so, we narrowly yet successfully managed to escape Kibutsumiya estate.
お茶が入りました。どうぞ。
Afterwards, we decided how to hide out in Kana's room for the time being. Kibutsumiya is a clout throughout the entire island. There were sure to be Kibutsumiya subordinates lying in wait, not only at my and Akari's dorms, but also throughout the academy. The only safe place on this island that Kibutsumiya could not reach was the Sakagami household. I like how this insinuates that the Sayonji household also isn't safe, because they just kind of suck.
それにしてもびっくりしたよ。駆けつけたら2人が忍者に囲まれてるんだからね。
本当です。目を疑いました。でも来てくれて助かったわ。みんながいなかったら逃げられなかったでしょうし。どうしてあかりちゃんたちは忍者さんたちに追われていたんですか？あかりちゃんはキビツミヤの次期当主ですのに。それは
Akari and I explained what had transpired a short time ago, about how Maki was actually in poor health, and about how that was being used as a pretext to force Akari to succeed her. Maki told us to run, so I took Akari and escaped for the time being.
そんなことが。
なるほど。やはりマキさん、相当無茶していたみたいだね。
やっぱりって。
うん。マキさんから口止めされてたんだけど、いい機会かもね。実は僕、経理関係でマキさんと一緒に仕事をしたことがあってね。その時、何度も倒れるところを見てるんだ。入院した方がいいって何度も勧めたんだけど、そんな時間ないからって言って。このことは絶対に黙っていてくださいって必死に頼まれて、気になってかかりつけの医者に聞いたんだけど、マキさんはもともとあまり体が丈夫じゃないみたいでね。それでもこの10年間吉備津宮当主としての激務をこなしてきた。大した人だよ。
そんなひどいよ、お母さん。教えてくれたら私きっともっとお母さんに優しくなれた。ひどいこと言わなくても済んだのに。
Akari said quietly, tearfully. When your old man passed away, you were going to have to take over his place, but that would mean having your freedom and future taken from you. So Maki protected you from the burden of the three sages presented by becoming the acting head of the family instead, or so I heard.
立派なお母さんですね。バカ。お母さんのバカ。あなた折れるまでどうして。あかりちゃん、無条件に子供の幸せを願うのが親というものですよ。
病弱なのを隠していたのは対外的な理由もあるんだろう。御三家のトップが頼りない存在では 結束力が弱まってしまうからな。吉備津宮真希はよくやった。だがもう限界だろう。三賢人が動いたのもうなずける。
That final remark from Tamahiko, everyone fell silent.
これからどうするんだい？寮には吉備津宮の手が回ってるだろうし。
うちでよければしばらく止めてあげられるけれど。
Running away will fundamentally never solve the problem. Besides, Kibutsumiya State is getting in touch with you as we speak, aren't they?
はい。今すぐあかりちゃんを引き渡すようにと。
ごめんね、かな。
気にしないで。私はどんなことがあってもあかりちゃんの味方だから。
ありがとう。
Yes, nothing would come running away. There was one way to solve this issue. Akari taking over the Kibutsumiya family. However, that would mean negating everything Maki had worked so hard towards. That would happen, Akari would be driven to exhaustion in Maki's place and expend the remainder of her life for the Kibitsumiyas. I want to put Akari through that at all if possible. Through that if at all possible. But what should we do?
決めた。私、家に戻るわ。
Akari. Yes, that's just the sort of person Akari was.
あかりちゃん。
止めないで。やっぱり私、お母さんとちゃんと話がしたい。今戻らないと一生後悔すると思うから。
あかりちゃん。
吉備津宮。それはよく考えて出した答えか。今までの生活を捨て、吉備津宮真希が背負っていたものを全て背負うことになるんだぞ。
いいえ、違います。そうはなりません。私が継ぐのは吉備津宮の家じゃない。お父さんとお母さんの意思よ。
どういうこと？
お父さんは昔から吉備津宮が、三賢人のあり方がおかしいって言ってた。だからまずそこを変える。カビの生えた古臭い慣習に縛られ続けるなんて、私はまっぴらごめんだわ。
Akari.
先輩言ってましたよね。規則は人を幸せにするためにある。不幸にするためのものではないって。私もそう思います。
あかりちゃん。
それに、私はみんなが言ってくれるこの生活が好き。これはかけがえのない宝。捨てることなんてできない。
Cue the scene where she goes to the house and is suddenly held captive, and suddenly MC-kun has to reveal his secret identity and save her. That's 100% what's gonna happen, I can tell you right now.
確かにちょっときついかもしれないけど、カナダって学園に通いながら当主も頑張ってるんだもん。私にもできるはずよ。
そうだよ。あかりちゃんならできるよ。
ありがとう。でも多分私の力だけじゃダメ。私ってうっかり者だからね。だからみんな協力してくれる？
Yeah, I'll be your retainer, Momotaro.
私もです。
カナが行くなら僕もついていくよ。僕は金太郎のお供だからね。
及ばずながら私もお供しますよ。ね、お兄様。
逃走の手助けをしたからな。毒を食らわば皿までだ。
お供がいっぱいできて頼もしいわ。本当にありがとう。みんな。
Flicker of light rose to Akari's eyes as she flashed a shy smile. You would all be gently watching over
だが
her.
一つだけいいか、吉備津宮。お前の主張が三賢人に受け入れられるとは到底思えん。話し合いをする前に拘束されるのがオチだろう。
そうですね。このままお屋敷に戻るのは危険だと思う。となると、何らかの策は練るべきですね。
そうね。ならみんなで作戦を立てましょう。協力してくれるわよね。
Yeah, of course. By the declaration, everyone gave a powerful nod. Now let the strategy meeting commence.
ただいま。
で、お嬢様？
三賢人に話を聞きに来たわ。通してちょうだい。
それは願ってもないことですか？
暴れたのは謝るわ。でもそれはそっちが強引な手を使おうとしたからよ。 それと話を聞くのに一つ条件があるわ。
伺います。
カナと乙女先輩、それと護衛の同行を認めなさい。
少々お待ちを。
The ninja bowed his head to Akari's demands and darted down the hallway. I was obviously her bodyguard, and Akari had good reason to bring Kana and Senpai along. She may be a Kibitsumiya, but we assumed no harm would come to either of them, given their VIP status in the three great families. If push came to shove, we could probably cut our way through with Kana there. By the way, the other members of our group were standing by in Tamahiko's car. If anything were to happen, they would come running
問題ないとの
immediately.
ことです。その条件でお会いになるそうです。
そう。じゃあ案内して。
Akari strutted confidently with the ninja guiding the way. Though she looked imposing, I was sure she was feeling anxious on the insides. Be okay, Akari. No matter what happens, I've got your back. Even if it means exposing my true identity.
こちらでお待ちください。
This man probably has like a whole ass bag just filled to the brim with his Uda stuff. The ninjas escorted us to the reception where Maki and I were in previously. We took a seat and surveyed our surroundings. It was going unexpectedly smoothly.
ちょっと気味悪いよね。
油断は禁物です。警戒は怠らないようにお願いしますね。それにしても、三賢人さんってどんな方なんでしょう。私も会うのは初めてなんです。
Considering how things went last time, I can't imagine they are all that friendly.
同感ね。
ですが、吉備宮家を牛耳るかなりの権力者です。不用意な発言は慎んだ方が賢明かと。
That's true. I'm her bodyguard anyway, so I'll keep my mouth shut. In truth, there was so much I wanted to say, but it would be wrong of me to take this exceedingly rare opportunity for
お待たせしました。
Akari.
三賢人様がおいでになります。
We stood up and collectively gazed into the entryway. For whatever reason, we were greeted with what sounded like a winch being pulled in front of us. Before long, the ninjas pushed in 3 jewels sitting atop a red mat. They're about the size of a softball and were radiating their own faint light.
三賢人様がお見えになりました。
Huh? Where are they?
我らはここにいる。
玉が喋った。
玉ではない。我らが三賢人だ。
やけに凝った通信機のオブジェね。私たちなんかには姿を見せる必要もないってわけ？
通信機ではない。我らが三賢人だ。
Oh, whatever he's saying, he's
これは秘宝です。
いかにも我らは1800年前秘宝を守るために猿お方から地上に使わされた秘宝。
They're the 3 fucking rocks!
吉備彦の御事をサポートするよう命じられた秘宝。
以来、吉備彦の血族と共にあり、今までも、そしてこれからも。
3 gems spoke as they emitted a faint light, almost as if they possessed their own will. See, sages, round orbs. Yes, mystic treasures. If one were to speak of the Kibitsumiya's mystic treasure, it would be the Beaches of Life. In that case, Akane and I ventured into, and not only... In that cave, Akane and I ventured into, not only were there traces of the tree of the Beaches of Life, there were also 3 large rocks with 3 individual orb-shaped slots. Treasure protected by the thy triplet of stones consumed the light upon the dragon's bow. That shall be the sign of the king.
すごいわ。あ、それってもしかして。
Yeah, they're also the perfect size. All of you in a cavern a long time ago.
いかにも我らはあの地より移され、現在はこの地にある。
I'll go back to your fucking cavern, you pieces of shit. See, sounds like you two. It sounds like you have been involved with the Kibitsumiya family for ages. What the 3 sages said appeared to be true. Given their somewhat mechanical language, I suspect that they weren't the type to joke around. In that case, it may be acceptable to move this conversation forward and get straight to the point. Senpai?
そうですね。そろそろお話を伺いたいのですが。
了承した。吉備宮あかり、即刻家に戻り、当主の座を引き継げ。
いきなりね。
吉備宮真希は当主として使い物にならなくなった。吉備宮あかり、
お前が次の当主となるのだ。
なってもいいけどね。今お母さんを侮辱したことを詫びなさいよ。
侮辱などしていない。吉備宮真希は病に侵され、すでに当主としての機能を失っている。
なんですって？
あれはもう使い物にならない。今すぐお前が当主となり、御三家をまとめなければならない。
あんたらね、聞いていればさっきから人を物みたいに。私もお母さんもあなたたちの道具じゃないのよ。こんなものに私のうちはめちゃくちゃにされたの。こんなおもちゃに。
我らはおもちゃなどではない。我らは三賢人、秘宝を守る者。
吉備彦の血族よ、当主の座を告げ。これは決定事項だ。お前に拒否権はない。
ふざけないで。人を物扱いするような奴の意見なんて聞きたくない。あんたたちなんていらない。こんなもの、いっそのことなくなればいいんだ。
The enraged Akari shot up from her chair and drew her wooden sword. This girl was seriously planning to smash mystic treasures. Calm down, Akari. Taking down those things won't solve anything.
そうです。落ち着いてください。そんなことをしたら、一生御三家から追われる身になりますよ。あかりちゃんダメ。落ち着いて。
All three of us held Akari back. Akari had excellent reflex and was a little difficult for us to hold her back, but she was no match for Kana's superhuman strength.
落ち着いて。お願いだから落ち着いて。あかりちゃん。離して。こんなもの。
Even I felt like smashing those unsympathetic pieces of junk. These mystic treasures had apparently resided on Kibitsumiya estate for some time now, and we needed to learn what their true purpose was before destroying them without a second thought.
下級の要件にてご容赦を。マキ様の容体が急変いたしました。
What did you say?
誤差60秒。多少時間が早まった。
あれはもう終わりだ。娘が大きくなるまでの身代わりとしては。
吉備宮あかり、吉備宮真希に代わりお前が当主となる。我らの指示に従えば万事うまくいくであろう。
ふざけないで。お母さんは終わってなんかない。
That's right, we still have one trick left up our sleeves.
ですか?
Yeah, I heard all about the Peaches of Life, the mystic treasure passed down to Kibitsumiya family. If we lose those, the Maki can be saved.
確かに生命の桃の効果は身体能力の著しい向上。その力があればマキさんの体も治ると思います。
却下。秘宝を使用するなどありえない。
吉備宮真希はもはや不要。吉備宮あかりが当主となれば何の問題もない。
Their detached voices echoed quietly through the room. Found their unemotional noises incredibly creepy, but it was more than enough to incite me, now us.
ひどいです。秘宝は所詮作られたもの。人の気持ちは理解できないのですね。やっぱりあんたたちなんかいらない。
なぜだ。我らは正しい。
論理的にこれが一番効率的である。
なぜ我らに従わ
ええ、そりゃあわからないでしょうね。あなたたちには永遠にわかるわけないわ。
As Akari tried to leave the room, we followed along in step.
どこへ行く。話はまだ終わっていない。
吉備宮あかり、当主を告げ。これは命令だ。
Their demands fell on deaf ears as we made our way out of the room. It came as no surprise that even the ninjas who always stopped us didn't try to detain us this time. Afterward, we all visited Maki's bedroom. Akari relieved the doctor, who had performed Maki's examination, sat at her side and took her head softly.
お母さん、あかり、お母さん。圭介から全部聞いたよ。圭介くん。いけませんよ。内緒だって。
I'm sorry.
ひどいよ。私、お母さんが思ってるほど弱い子じゃないよ。やっぱり弱い子だ。 理由も知らないでお母さんを憎んでいっぱいひどいこと言った。ごめんねお母さん、ごめんね。お母さんは私の自慢の立派なお母さんだよ。あかり、ごめんね。ごめんね。
They held hands, and their lingering resentment washed away with their tears. Kana was wiping the corners of her eyes constantly. Must have affected her too. Senpai gently nodded as well. This route's finale, of course, this is no longer going to be like, oh no, she went there and now is captive, and so now he has to save her. No, the finale of this route is going to come down to the three sages still being bitches and refusing to let them use the Peaches of Life to save Maki. So, since it was alluded to like, oh, no Uda could possibly break into the stone door at this point, since the last time it happens, they bolstered the fucking defenses to hell and fucking back. So, no way they would be able to break in. The finale is gonna be them breaking into the stone door. Actually, that place where Suzuko woke up. That's gonna be the inside of the stone door, isn't it? I already read that. I guess it struck a chord with me too, as my eyes felt strangely hot.
そうだ、治ったら一緒に買い物に行こうよ。一緒に料理だってしようよ。私、お母さんからまだ何も習ってない。お父さんが美味しい美味しいって食べてたレシピ、いっぱい教えてよ。ごめんね。やだ、お母さん、約束してよ。やっと仲直りできたのに。こんなのってないよ。ごめんね。あかり。ごめんね。
Looked like she was delirious with fever. She was apologizing for not being able to see that promised her.
お母さん、お母さん。
いかん、皆さん退出を。君、注射の準備を。はい。
ケイスケ君、あかりをお願いします。いや、お母さん、やだ。
Need to see the doctor. There's nothing we can do here. Now the Akari subdued her shrieks and escorted her out of the room by force.
あかりちゃん、こんなのってないです。やっとおばさまと仲直りできたのに。
Akari, I hate to bring this up now, but do you not know where the Peaches of Life are located?
知らない。
Akari shook her head and was on the verge of tears. I'd asked her once before as well. I guess she really didn't know. Let's see. If we knew where, I figured we could all barge our way in and give one to Maki.
そうね。そうできればって思ったけど、無理よ。
Sure, as long as we don't know where it is.
そういう問題じゃないわ。吉備宮家は代々島を、そして秘宝を守ってきた。これは使命なの。
秘宝は現代の科学力では説明できない神秘の力を秘めています。茶釜みたいにお茶目なものから、それこそ世の中を混乱に陥れ国を滅ぼすようなものまで様々です。
そう、 秘宝は絶対に使ってはいけない。使えばこの世に災いをもたらす。フラはそれを使って人助けとか言ってるみたいだけど、私たちがウラを許せなかったのはそういうことなのよ。うちの一族はどんなことがあっても秘宝の力には頼らなかった。もちろんお父さんもね。
Perhaps it's such an antiquated way of thinking that makes it so you should, you know, not do that anymore.
だからお母さんを助けたいからって秘宝を、生命の桃を使うわけにはいかないわ。そんなことをしたらお父さんの意志を裏切ることになるから。たとえお母さんを、
あかりちゃん。
Sorry, I said something pretty rash.
いいの。ありがとう。
Grandpa told me the Kibutsumias were stubborn, but they had their own reasons for being that way. When all was said and done, Akira was proud to be a Kibutsumiya, and the situation was proud to have inherited her old man's blood. Rescue her father's will and use a mystic treasure was an impossible proposition as far as she was concerned. But that was Phantom Thief Uda. Treasures were only valuable when put to good use, otherwise they were useless. I believed that from the bottom of my heart, in which case what I should do is... I'm going outside to get some fresh air. Will you look after Akari? With Akari now in Kanaskera left the estate to me with a certain someone. It was pitch dark outside by the time I left the estate and reached nearby woods. It must be far enough out there, nobody would see me. Now then. Failure wasn't an option this time, and Aoi's assistance would be indispensable. Worse yet, the favor I would ask Aoi would be a considerable burden, and it honestly left me feeling depressed. But this was my only choice.
いた。お兄ちゃん、何用事って。
Yeah, Aoi, I need to ask a favor.
どうしたの？改まっちゃって。
I want to see a mystic treasure from the Kibutsumiya estate. My target is the Kibutsumiya's grand mystic treasure, the Peaches of Life.
いきなり何を言い出すの？それに、おじいちゃんには当分の間活動禁止って言われてるじゃない。
I'm doing it anyway. Quietly ripped up the Aoi's protest with unwavering determination. I have to do it or else she'll cry. I don't want to see her cry any more than I already have.
お兄ちゃん、本気なんだね。
Yeah, also. After this job, I'm guessing we'll have to leave the island.
どういうこと？
I informed Aoi of the situation thus far, as well as the operation I would be performing following this. I had managed to trick everyone up until now. This time her identity would be revealed. It was just how risky a mission it was. Long story short, it would mean forcing Aoi to leave Kureha and her friends behind.
なるほど。
Sorry to cause you so much trouble, but I want Akari and Maki to lead happy lives.
そう。
Please, Aoi, I need your help.
お兄ちゃん、本当にやるんだね。でも、そうしたら、あかりさんと離れ離れになっちゃうよ。
Honestly, I want to cry. Oh, it feels like it's gonna break. But you know, I decided I would make Akari happy. I want a mother and daughter to smile to make up for the time they lost.
お兄ちゃん、宝は役立ててこそ宝。秘する宝に価値はなし。それが怪盗裏のポリシーだよね。
Exactly. For then, those two Phantom Thief Uda's name will be no more.
そっか。わかった。なら、私も全力全開で行くよ。
Oi, I'm sorry about this.
いいんだよ。私だって怪盗コーラだもん。覚悟はしてるから。それに、私もあかりさんには幸せになってほしいからね。
Oi smiled gently and gazed at me. She was such a strong girl. Couldn't be happier that she was my partner. Thank goodness she was my sister.
それでお兄ちゃん、秘宝はどこにあるの？
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
じゃあ、それで今の展開なの？ありえなくない？
Well, wait, I have an idea. That comedy gave Aoi a thumbs up and a smile. Aoi and I came to an understanding. Showtime came and all too suddenly, but I was confident. When I was left was...
死んじゃやだ。
You could hear Akari crying from the end of the hallway. As I drew near, Kana and Otome were holding Akari's hand as they squatted down in front of Maki's room.
ケイスケさん。
Sorry to keep you waiting.
ケイスケ。
Honestly, you're such a crybaby.
だってお母さんが。
Sadly patted Akari on the back in an effort to soothe her. It'll be alright, Akari. We'll work things out somehow.
お嬢様、大変です。怪盗裏からの予告状です。今宵、生命の桃を奪いに来るとのことです。
Alright, looks like things went smoothly on Aoi's end.
どうして、よりによってこんな時に。こんな時、だからかもしれませんね。まさか、この内部の混乱に乗じて。はい、かもしれません。ですが、あの浦さんがそんな無粋な真似をするでしょうか。わかりません。ですが、予告状が来た以上、私たちも動かなければ。
Senpai's right. Come on, Akari, up and at him, or else those damn 3 sages will walk all over you.
わかった。
Aki rubbed her red eyes, wiped away her tears, and lifted her head. Within those eyes, which targeted Phantom Ura, dwelt the strength of the samurai Momotaro. Alright, that's how it should be. Akari, I
当
love
主が倒れてる今、私が代行で指揮を取ります。警戒態勢を厳に。怪盗裏が来るわよ。気合を入れなさい。吉備津宮の威信にかけて必ず捕まえるわ。かな、乙女先輩、忍者さんの増援をお願いできるかしら。
すぐに手配するね。わかりました。外にいるお兄様たちを呼んできます。
お嬢様、三賢人様が警備に関してご相談があるそうです。すぐ来るようにと。
わかったわ。ケイスケ、一緒に来て。
Yeah. Man, she becomes so dignified in tense situations. It was hard to believe she'd been crying her eyes out only moments earlier. Yeah. It's for the best. Otherwise she wouldn't be fit to be a Phantom Thief Ura's rival. Honest to God, I really want them to be like getting into it. Getting really stuck in a situation. Suddenly his grandma just shows up and cleans house. Okay then. That to say, this was more the main event. This was where the main event was about to begin. Neither I nor Akari, much less Maki, knew the exact location of the Beaches of Life. That said, there was no day the 3 sages who had been in control of the mystic treasures since the time of the first generation family head wouldn't know where to find it. My suspicions was that they were, in modern terms, similar to a computer. They had no ability to physically manipulate anything, which would mean, now that they've been set to notice by Phantom Thief Ura, they'll be forced to dispatch security personnel.
吉備津宮あかりよ、当主代行として生命の桃の警備をせ、人選は任せる。
This object would place security duty upon authentic human beings, such as just as you would expect. I'd
わ
anticipated
かった
this.
わ。生命の桃の保管場所とか詳しい資料が欲しいんだけど。
承知している。手配済みだ。こちらにございます。
Bengal scanned over the documents we received from the ninjas with Akari. The Beaches of Life were securely stored within the off-limits zone deep in the basement beneath the
なる
estate.
ほど。岩戸の最深部か。最大の秘宝と言われるだけのことはあるわね。
Akari looked over the floor plan of the mystic treasure storage area. While grunting affirmatively to herself. She was probably considering security arrangements.
忍者部隊の指揮は玉彦先生と熊吉に任せましょう。呉羽や棟梁さんもいるし、水際防衛はこれで。屋敷の警備はうちの忍者たちに任せるわ。それで生命の桃の警備は私とカナでやるわ。
Kanatsu.
御三家最強の人材よ。たとえ窮地に陥ってもカナがいれば全てひっくり返してくれるわ。それに護衛大将は我が家の秘宝中の秘宝。信頼できる人しか部屋に入れたくない。ケイスケは私と一緒にいてくれる？
I assume that means you trust me.
当たり前でしょ。頼りにしてるわよ、相棒。
Akari's smile pained my heart. Still, everything was now in position for my infiltration. All that remained was to get in touch with Oi and wait for the time designated by notice. Which meant 20 minutes left. The estate went on high alert. The immense number of ninjas deployed both inside and outside the estate left a heavy feeling in the air. Meanwhile, Akari had changed into her street clothes, downed some nectar, and took a breather. As usual, you make it look like that stuff actually tastes good.
実際美味しいわよ。それに糖分は頭の回転を助けるんだから。あなたも飲む？
I'll pass. I prefer something a little weaker. Darling smile pierced my heart. This may very well be the last I would ever see of it. I thought I braced myself for this, but I thought it was immensely heartbreaking. Akari, do you have a second?
何？あ、ちょっとケイスケ、急に抱きついてどうしたのよ。
I just thought you looked really pretty today.
やめてよ、みんな見てるじゃない。
Security ninjas actually were flitting glances over our way, but I paid no attention to them and hugged Akari even more tightly. Please let me stay this way a little longer.
もうずるいわよ。ケイスケにギュってされたら抵抗できないの知ってて。
Sorry, I just couldn't hold back.
しょうがないわね。
With a wry smile, Akari wrapped her hands around my back and clung to me. I have to say, she was deliciously sweet as ever. The way she embraced me sparked my male instincts to an odd extent.
そういえば、ケイスケから抱っこせがんでくることあまりなかったよね。
A certain spoiled someone always bugs me about it and goes hug this and hug that. Steadfast yet klutzy Akari, my adorable, spoiled, talented, hug-loving Akari. I wish we would stay like this forever and ever. The feelings for Akari wouldn't stop spilling from my heart, and I put even more strength into my embrace. Akari, you're soft, warm, smells so nice.
ケイスケは硬くてあったかくていい匂い。
We likely wouldn't be able to meet for some time, possibly for all eternity. That realization made my heart feel like it would shatter into a million little
でも
pieces.
こうしてケイスケからされるのなんかいいな。抱っこしてもらうの我慢してケイスケからせがんでくるように調教してみようかな。
Oh, I think you can pull that off. You practically live off of hugs.
なんか言い方がいやらしい。でももうケイスケの抱っこなしじゃ生きていけない。
Yeah, me neither. Can't live without you, Akari. A brutal pang assaulted my heart with that comment, and I was filled with intense regret. I felt so heartbroken and miserable that, frankly, I felt like I would cry. Despite my wavering heart and being on the verge of breaking down into tears, I endured and held it all
ケイ
back.
スケどうしたの？
Nothing. Just so cute I couldn't get you off my mind, that's all.
もう
But I want to help Akari and Maki. Things couldn't end this way now that we've had finally come to understand one another. I made up my mind it would make Akari happy. Akari, let's do our best. I gave her a pat on the back and gently let her go. I steeled my heart and severed any lingering attachments. I was Phantom Thief Ura. I led to both Justice and to Akari. Alright, go on ahead without me for a
ど
minute.
こに行くの？
Gotta take care of some business.
野暮よ。
You can join me if you'd like, you perv.
トイレならトイレって言いなさいよ。
There you have it, so head out without me. I'll be right
早
there.
くしなさいよね。もうすぐ時間なんだから。
Yeah. I waved it off, turned my back to her, and started walking. There's no turning back now. Akari. I wonder if she'd be mad if she knew the truth. Nah, maybe she would cry. But I was an idiot, so this was the only method that came to my
あら、
mind.
ケイスケくん。どちらに？
I have some business to attend
着
to.
替えなら おトイレよりあちらの部屋がおすすめです。今は誰もいません。
She 100% knows. Would I be getting changed?
どうしてでしょうね。
Senpai was giving me her usual smile, but her tone was anything but normal. Don't tell me she had.
ケイスケ君、私はあなたを応援します。私たちの代わりに、どうか、あかりちゃんとマキさんを助けてあげてください。
Honestly, God really liked those where they figure him out just because of stuff like that. Like it wasn't quite that in Kana's route, but it was close because there it's just like wound. So clearly, visually, it's very easy to figure out if you just like yes, it's the exact same wound. But now just the kind of thing where they like just look at the behavior and are like, fuck. That had to be it. This woman. Can I say something? Why are you letting me go?
あなたは、みんなが幸せになるために必要な方ですから。
With that, Senpai turned away from me and left. If she hadn't said it outright, she probably knew my true identity. His mission couldn't be allowed to fail. If I didn't stop Senpai now, it might be all over before I could make a move. Strangely enough, I didn't feel flustered. The smile of hers. It came from the heart. I knew deep down Senpai wouldn't turn against me.
あかりちゃん、ケイスケさんは？それがまだなのよ。あいついつまでトイレにこもってるのよ。もう時間ないよ。わかってる。さっき携帯に電話したんだけど出ないし。時間になっちゃった。もう偽裏の時といい、肝心な時にいないんだから。相棒失格よ。
On saying that, it came to a sudden realization. Time with the tea kettle. And time with the fake Una. Now when I was about to encounter the real Ura, Keisuke wasn't there with me.
あかりちゃん、早く。
Okay, I like that she put it together before they even met. I like that, at least. Couldn't be.
やー我こそは怪盗ウラ。予告状通りに吉備津宮のお宝を奪いに来たよ。
今日は女の格好をしているのか。それも変装か。
おのれ怪盗ら、またしても一人で目立って羨ましいでござる。
いいねいいね、たまにはこういう表舞台も癖になっちゃうね。
怪盗ウラ。
クーちゃん、何？なんでもないよ。さーて、吉備津宮家の秘宝、生命の桃をいただいちゃ
うよ。そうはさせん。裏を確保しろ。今度は逃がさないでござる。
お前に恨みはないが、これも仕事だ。行くぞウラ。
こっちこっち。
おえおえ。
始まったみたい。上でウラさんが出たって。
Hold on. There we go. Sorry, I had to look up something real quick. I was unaware that we are in Lost fucking World here. Sonic Adventure joke. Just that instead, instead of the weird pavilion thing, it's a peach tree.
ええ。
あかりちゃん、行かなくて大丈夫？
ええ。あれは、多分陽動よ。本命がこの場所にある以上、あいつは必ずここに来る。
あかりちゃん。
それにしても、もう、ケイスケったら、本当に何してるのよ。
遅いね。ちょっと心配。
あ、ケイスケ？遅い！はっ！
あなたは。
You know the spiel at this point. I would feel like reading it out every single fucking time. The world's famous master thief, Akari-Route, is on the scene.
Kaito? Ura?
Hey, young ladies, we meet again. I declared in an exaggerated fashion, drawing the flask from my pocket and took a swig of booze. Now all my preparations were truly complete. All was left was to take the treasure.
いつの間に。まだ上の騒ぎは収まっていないのに。
That is not a clone technique or anything of the sort. So all it means is there isn't just one Akari-Route.
やっぱり上の裏は陽動ってわけね。
More or less, thanks to that I managed to make it here.
そう。ならちょうどいいわ。誰にも邪魔されず、あなたをこの手で捕まえられる。怪盗裏、鬼ごっこはもう終わりよ。観念してお縄につきなさい。
That declaration, she raised her sword overhead, and with deathly serious eyes, lunged it straight in my direction. It only made my heart prickle with pain all the more, since her gaze had only been charmed with me these days. Only ever been charmed with me these days. Gather together, man. Steel yourself. Urabe Keisuke. Right now I'm Akari-Route. See, you were waiting for me.
怪盗は人目を盗んでコソコソするのが好きだからね。絶対ここに来ると思っていたわ。
This is my imagination, or you make a fool of me.
気のせいじゃないわ。
A fearless smirk crossed her face, and
おバ
then
カさんだって言ってるのよ。
she raised her blade and closed the distance between us in a single bound. She was faster than before. Whoa! I instantly drew on my Oni baton and parried the wooden sword. After exchanging several blows, we took our distance. Akari struck boldly without a moment's rest. Her drive was unlike anything I'd ever seen. That just went to show how serious she was.
今日こそ逃がさないわ。神妙にお縄につきなさい。
I'm sure I told you, but I'm sick of hearing that line.
安心なさい。あなたはこれ以上同じセリフを聞くことはないわ。だってここで捕まるんだから。
Why my hair is so annoying today? I like assertive women, but do you actually believe you can capture me single-handedly?
やっぱりあなたはおバカさんね。一人忘れてない？
Whoa! By a hair's breadth, I narrowly avoided the strike from my rear and put distance between me and my attacker. A massive crate had been drilled into the spot where I had stood moments before.
わらわをのけ者にするとは釣れないではないか。ずっとお主を待っておったというのに。
What a drag! Never thought I'd be keeping two beautiful ladies company. Doesn't look like my stamina will last.
そういうな。今宵はゆるりと楽しんでいくがよい。折のついたスペシャルスイートルームへご招待じゃ。
Ah! Whoa!
ほれほれ、どうした？口数が減ってきたぞ。
はっ！逃がさない！
それそれ。
Why you? They were getting cocky and barreling straight at me, but taking on two of them at once was obviously a little much. Now Akane had awakened, her fist packed one hell of a punch and could knock me out if so much as grazed me. Bone fracture was a foregone conclusion if I took a direct hit from Akari's wooden sword too. The previously scattershot movements were now slowly becoming in sync. The desire to protect the Peaches of life was likely to thank for their unified efforts. After dodging their strikes for a short while, I daringly leapt behind them and closed the gap. Not bad, young ladies! You had me shaking my boots and your movements have improved
お
considerably.
褒めに預かり光栄だわ。あなたが前に言ったように仲間を連れてきたの。とても頼りになる仲間をね。
Is that right? That is some impressive progress. Won't be a huge cause for concern if this fight kept up for much longer and they wore me down to nothing. Persuading Kana to take her leave would be the wisest course of action. I didn't know if the same tactic would work twice, but I may as well give it a shot. By the way, is there any chance you would overlook this?
残念だけど、それはないわね。私には引けない理由があるの。
That's too bad. A flash bomb from her pocket and hurled it.
言ったはずじゃぞ。わらわに目くらましなど聞かぬと。
It's a flashbang. He said it's a flash bomb. It's not a fucking smokescreen. I know. Flash bomb was to ground Akari and narrowly slipped through Akana's powerful arms and took her from behind. And then, there. Last time I merely prodded her breast with my fingers, but this time I hugged her tight from behind and massaged every last inch of those palm-sized titties. Oh, god damn it. Make good use of the techniques I use on Akari. Make those boobs suffer! Submission techniques. How long can you withstand my finger technique? Fall. I had her take a little nap, that's all. Life is in no danger. I walked towards Akari, whose vision was still impaired, and approached the peach tree at their backs. There was no telling how old this tree was, but it was still thriving with peach blossoms, and a single juicy peach hung from the boughs. It was the peach of life. Keeps me and family's mystic treasure. Gripped it with a hand and slowly plucked it. Peach of life is now in my possession. Whoops. Just then, Akari regained her vision and slashed at me from behind. I instantly drew my Oni baton and struck back. Why are you so desperate? Because keep it to me as mission.
そうよ。私は吉備宮あかり。お父さんとお母さんが守ってきた宝を、一族の使命を守る義務がある。
That's annoying.
くだらなくない。
Crap, that attack just now made me drop the peach of life on the ground. Not bad, young lady.
これは絶対に渡せない。これだけは絶対に。
Thought it would take it fair and square, but that's how it is. But if this is how it must be, I'll use methods more befitting of a phantom thief.
変幕?
Switched on my Oni mask over the heat vision and secured my view. All I had to do now was to slap Akari's hand and swipe the peach of life. Crept up to Akari, careful not to make a sound.
目に頼っちゃダメ。集中。勘を研ぎ澄ませる。圭介が教えてくれた通りにやればいい。そして息を、気配を。
Akari remained perfectly still and silently readied her sword. Smoke screen wouldn't last for long, and this match would only last for a second. Focused my strength in the baton and my grip. Ah! Wooden sword flitted before my eyes. With a horrendous crackle, my bangs swayed. The very definition of a hair's breadth. I skewed its trajectory with my baton, but it was still seriously close. Skills have improved, Akari, but... So you haven't fixed that klutziness of yours? You relied too heavily on my voice. Once I dodged her sword, I placed my Oni baton lightly against her bosom and activated its embedded stun gun. Akari's scream resounded throughout the vast cellar. Her shrieks made me feel like my heart would shatter. Forgive me, Akari. This is all to save you and Maki. You won't die, but I doubt you'll be moving anytime soon. Go ahead and rest there. When I spoke, I doubted my eyes.
逃がさない。まだ終わってない。
Akari rose to her convulsing feet and walked towards me, dragging her legs behind her. No fully grown man could get back after taking that electric shock. I think you could still move. Tough woman indeed. That's what should be expected of Motaro's descendant. What will you do now? You're a goner and your reliable friend has fainted. What more do you think you can do?
黙りなさい。それは絶対に渡さないんだから。
I applaud your mettle, but scooped the peach of life that had fallen from Akari's hand off the ground. Scooped up. As notified, peach of life is now in my possession. Farewell, daughter of the Kibitsumiyas. Peach of life in my pocket and turned my back to Akari. Then, though there was a stagger in the gate, Akari firmly reached her hand out to my back. Aki's wails echoed through the chamber. Listening to this would likely leave me with a terrible wound to bear. It shrieked sorrow straight from the bottom of her heart. I'll ask you again, why are you so obsessed with the peach of life? Is due to the mission passed down to the Kibitsumiyas from one generation to the next? And why? Why are you so obsessed with this thing? Teardrops ran down Akari's cheeks and spilled to the ground. That is your true wish, I assume. Willpower was likely all that kept her standing. Following that delirious murmur, her knees gave out underneath her. Quickly rushed over and gave my collapsed Akari a soft embrace. Although Akari had lost consciousness, her hand was still stretched outward. Tenderly held it and gently patted her head. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, Akari. When I spoke those words to her, this time she appeared to fall into a deep slumber.
Akari? Akari?
あれ、ここはお母さんの。そうよ、フラが。
無理しちゃダメよ。しばらく休んでなさい。
でもフラは桃は。
もういいの。もういいのよ。こんなに怪我をして。でもよく頑張ったわね。もう休んでもいいのよ。ごめんね、あかり。今まで辛い思いをさせてきたわね。三賢人に強制されたとはいえ、あかりには本当に辛いことばかり言ってきたわよね。でもね、本当はね、ずっとこうしてあなたの髪を撫でてあげたかった。
お母さん。
あなたは甘えん坊さんだからギュッて抱きしめてあげたかった。勉強も お稽古も本当に頑張ってたわよね。あなたは私の自慢の娘よ。お母さん、最後だもの。今だけはあなたのお母さんに戻ってもいいわよね。やだ、
最後なんて言わないで。ずっと一緒にいてよ、お母さん。
あかり。
そうだ、桃は生命の桃はあれがあれば。
あれは吉備宮家の秘宝中の秘宝。私たちの勝手な理由で使うわけにはいかないわ。
そんな。やだ。
あかり。
やだよ。そんなのやだよ。どうしてこうなるの？お母さん、死んじゃやだ。死んじゃやだ。私を一人にしないでよ。
あかり。
お母さんと買い物行きたいよ。お母さんとお料理したいよ。一緒にやりたいこといっぱいあるんだよ。
ありがとう。そう言ってくれただけで。お母さん、今まで頑張ってきた甲斐があったわ。あかり、愛しているわ。あなたは私の自慢の娘よ。圭介君と幸せに。
やだ。そんなジレを聞きたくない。お母さんは私といるの。ずーっと私といるの。
Excuse me for intruding on your conversation. She must have been trying to protect Maki. Maki's unsteady hands reached for a nearby wooden sword.
来ないで。これ以上あなたに大事なものを奪わせないわ。
Don't be so defensive, they didn't come here to steal anything.
うるさい。だったら桃を返しなさい。私のお母さんを返して。
It was great that she stood up, but her legs were trembling, her stance shaky. God, as Akari remained standing in order to protect her precious mother. You need to chill out for a second. I only came to pay Kibitsumiya Maki a hospital visit.
私の。
お母さんに近づかないで。
God, I get it! Here, catch! Be sure not to drop it! With that said, I took the peach from her pocket and tossed it Akari's way. Catch!
これって。
Kibitsumiya Maki, if I recall, you liked peaches. Found an exceptional peach just for you. Take it.
もしかして
生命の桃。
でもどうして。
Told her it was a get well visit. Peaches are the best medicine after all. If she eats that, Kibitsumiya Maki should get better.
フラ。
I'm sure she couldn't make sense of my actions. She gazed at me with bewilderment.
怪盗ウラ、聞いていたでしょ。私も吉備宮の人間です。個人的な理由で秘宝を使うわけには。
Oh, but it's not a mystic treasure. It's just a regular peach. Treasures are only valuable when put to good use. Otherwise, they're useless. Mystic treasures should be used to help those in
で
need.
すが。
Aren't you gonna change to Kibitsumiya's? I do believe that is why you worked so hard to this day. Make Kibitsumiya Mamoru's dream come true and bring Akari happiness. Isn't that also your own personal wish? So use that as a motive. You do have the guts to break a single. If you don't have the guts to break a single taboo, you'll never be able to make your daughter happy, much less change to Kibitsumiya's. You should make your dream of standing in the kitchen with your daughter a reality. Smile, that is the treasure I seek.
フラ。あなた。やっぱり。
Farewell, Akari. Get along with Maki, okay?
待って。フラ。圭介。
There isn't a thief alive that will wait when told. Also, I'm Phantom Thief Fuda.
待って圭介。
Yes, that was meant to me. This was for the best. Goodbye, Akari. Who's gonna show up and just beat him into submission so he doesn't run away? His gramps, probably. The next morning, we were ready to leave the island on the first ferry ride out.
お兄ちゃん、本当にこれでよかったの？
Yeah. Beaches of Life was Kibitsumiya's ultimate mystic treasure. Couldn't imagine the three sages would forgive me for stealing it. Akari had almost assuredly figured out that I was with Ura. It was only a matter of time before that information spread. But it mattered if anyone were to learn Fat Fuda had been Kibitsumiya head's boyfriend. Maki would end up losing her status with the three great families. It was with great effort that we had made up with Maki and seemingly taken the first step towards becoming the next family head. It was with great effort that she had made up. I mean, you only get in her way if I stuck around.
さんと離れ離れになっちゃうね。
Yeah.
おじいちゃんと喧嘩しちゃうくらい好きだったんでしょ？
Yeah.
本当は泣くほど辛いくせに。
Shut up. Quickly wipe away the tears that had spilled down my cheeks. So I really was a laughing stock through and through. I really thought I'd made up my mind, but I have so many lingering regrets.
誰か来る？ケイスケ。
Akari. That very moment it appeared from the harbor, but Akari. When she spotted Aoi and I, she looked at us somewhat
ここ
astonished.
に来るんじゃないかと思ってたわ。島から出るには船を使うしかないからね。
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
ねえ、その荷物。
We're going on a quick trip, I suppose.
相棒に内緒で。
Sorry,
待って。
Akari gingerly placed her finger against my lips.
それ以上は聞きたくない。あなたが正体を明かしたら、私はあなたを捕まえなくちゃならなくなる。
That sad face of hers said everything. She figured it out. In which case, I could hardly speak up. Maki, get better.
お医者さんも目を回してた。もう心配いらないって。
Really, I'm glad.
実はね、私、ケイスケと一緒に行くことも考えた。でも、お母さんを一人にはしておけない。それに、私には、キビツミヤを変えるっていう大事な仕事があるから。だから、一緒には行けない。
Annoying. What's going on? Smaller. Maybe it'll work better that way. Yeah, I figured you would say as much.
なんでもお見通しなんかムカつくわね。私ね、正式にキビツミヤを継ぐことにしたの。みんなと協力して、必ずキビツミヤを中から変えていくわ。2年。1年もあれば十分ね。いつかあの三賢人を燃えないゴミに出してやるんだから。
Each route has like some waiting, like some waiting period at some point in it. In Koreas, it was the 1 year of just living at the Kibitsumiya house to prove that she wouldn't misuse the mallet anymore. In Kanas, it was both him training himself up again as a ninja, like with the ninja squadron of Sakagamis after finishing the school, as well as, you know, the wait between Suzuka Gan and Suzuka back. And in this, it's gonna be the 1 year that'll take to, you know, get rid of the three bastards.
そして、ケイスケを怪盗ウラを御三家に迎え入れられるようにする。
That's not gonna be easy.
分かってる。でも、やるわ。
There was no hesitation in her eyes as she spoke. Jenny couldn't tell whether this girl was a crybaby or incredibly reliable. Yeah, but it suited her. It's precisely because she was like this that I fell in love with her. Akari.
圭介
In reflex, I hugged her tightly and softly petted her head.
本当はね、本当は圭介と一緒に行きたいよ。離れ離れになるなんてやだよ。こうして圭介と抱き合っていたい。ずっとそばにいたいよ。でもそれだと圭介がしてくれたこと全部無駄になっちゃうから。
Akari.
言っちゃやだ。言っちゃやだ。圭介。圭介。
If you cry that hard, I'm not gonna be able to hold back. Tears soaked into Akari's hair. The steam whistle blew. It'll soon be time to depart.
圭介。
Akari was reluctant to say goodbye, but we couldn't stay this way forever. Gave Akari a gentle pat on the back as my way of saying farewell. It was just for a little bit. This was farewell for Akari and I.
浮気しちゃダメよ。
Yeah,
怪盗裏は嘘はつかないのよね。
yeah.
いつか私を盗みに来てね。約束よ。
Yeah, I promise. May touch us with deeper, more emotionally connecting kiss than any other we had ever shared. Yes, this wasn't a goodbye kiss. This was an advance notice for our vow to meet again one day. We don't need the ending credits again. Afterward, although I did get one rather expensive wallop from Grandpa when we reunited, he praised me and said I did well. By the way, the smack was for engaging in Uda activities without permission. From what Grandpa told me, Maki had apparently made a full recovery. In fact, not only had she recovered, she seemed healthier than the average person. That was the nectar for you. I guess it was called the Kibutsumiya's ultimate mystic treasure for a reason, huh? I also heard that Akari and Maki's relationship had improved. That's all I needed to hear to know all of my suffering was worth it. Then, the days and months passed. Akari changed the Kibutsumiya family just like she promised me and established a means of managing the mystic treasures without relying on the three sages. For this, there should be no more conflict between the Urabes and Kibutsumiyas. I send my third advance notice. Yeah, looks like everyone's here though. You've been well, Chief.
いや、まあ、双剣でござる。お気遣い痛み入れでござる。
I was surrounded by a mass of ninjas, but the mood was anything but imposing today. As expected, that was what I would even call a somewhat carefree mood in
来
the
たわ
air.
ね、怪盗裏。まさかこんな正門前から乗り込んでくるとは思わなかったけど。
The black crowd of ninjas parted and a nostalgic figure slowly approached me. Long black hair, each blossom hair clip. Without warning, my heart raced. Since there's no need to sneak around anymore, am I wrong?
うんうん、違わない。
Then I guess I won't be needing this unsavory mask anymore either. Gently removed my mask and revealed my face.
圭介。
Told me that you would change to Kibutsumiya's. But it was rough, wasn't it?
でも、お母さんや、かなやん、みんなが手伝ってくれたから。
Well, Akari.
だって、あれだけのことをしてくれたんだもの。期待に応えなきゃ、圭介に会えないもん。ずっと会いたかった。
Yeah, me too. Want to see you for so very long.
圭介!
We held each other as tightly as could be, to try and make up for all the days and months that we had been apart. Yeah, you've become so beautiful, Akari. Happy. So very happy. Akari His tears primed the pumps and sent the droplets she had been holding back running down her cheeks.
あなたの予告状、ずっと待ってた。
You too, do you know how sick I got of waiting?
ケイスケ捕まえたんだから、もう二度と逃がさないんだから。
This is time for Benediv Ura to pay the piper.
これからはずっと一緒よ。
Yeah, together. Together forever.
いっぱいギューってして、キスもたくさんしてくれなきゃダメなんだから。
Yeah, couldn't ask for anything greater. Luckily, I love you.
私も。
This was how Benediv Ura and Momotaro were officially joined as one. From then on, for generations, they would protect and occasionally use the mystic treasures while leading blessed lives. They lived happily ever after. I was about to say that better not be all, but then they made it all, and I'm trying to beat someone. I like how the time of day changes every time you like finish another route. But I guess that means now we're on to the final route, which I don't actually know where the starting point is going to be for. Music makes me feel like I should be doing a hula dance or something. I don't know why. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you next time for the start of the final route, namely Otome. Also, it has been that is last getting railed on my timeline. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I hope you can understand why. It is quite a distracting sight to suddenly be assailed with. But yeah. It has been firmly set in stone at this point. I think that the next game will be Hoshizora no Memoria Eternal Heart. It is winning with 73%. Yeah, it's quite a significant boost over the other. Whoops, accidentally. Ignore that, accidentally opened the fucking video. Misclicked. Whoops! Fuck! But yeah, next time, Otome. Let's hope that we aren't stabbed by Tamahiko. Bye-bye.